The next item that you're going to want to take care of in order to get started with your Loyal Snap portal is reviewing and editing your automations content. Once you have your automations content all set and it looks perfect, then you can go through and toggle on whichever automations you'd like to start firing. You always have complete control over which automations are toggled on or off, and that's going to give you peace of mind knowing that exactly what you want to be sent is being sent out to your clients. So to get started, let's go over here to the left-hand side, and you're going to go to the Automations tab. From here, you're going to see all of your automations, and we're going to be able to get a little bit of information about each automation right off the bat. So you may see a deactivated tab here. If you do see that, reach out to our team and we will be happy to activate those for you whenever you're ready. We always start with them deactivated so that you can have time to edit your content with the confidence that these are not going to start sending out before you're ready. So fear not there, nothing is going to send out until you're ready. So to get started, each group of automations over here on the left is going to include a subset of predetermined automations that industry experts and our team have worked together to curate for you. If you click on any individual section, then you can see all of the automations within that section. You can move automations between sections if you'd like. We have them divided up in a certain way by default, but you can customize this if it makes sense to you to see them in a different way. You simply would click on this ellipsis menu here and you can move to a different section there. You can also edit the automation content from here, so that's what we're going to show you next. If you click on edit, it's going to bring up the automation editor. And while triggers of automations are not editable on your end, that's something that our team must do, there are several items in here that you are responsible for editing on your end. We want to make sure that certain things such as naming conventions, descriptions, your content that you're sending out is all something that you have control over. You can set it up in a way that makes sense to you. So you can rename an automation. Just keep in mind that renaming it is not going to change the trigger. So if right now this automation is going to message a client right after their very first contract start date, if you change this automation to say, something completely different, it's not going to change the way the automation works. Just keep that in mind. But you can edit the name if something else makes more sense to you. You can even edit the description. But again, editing the description is not going to change the way the automation works. That's something that our team must do, and it is in some cases only included with certain tier levels of a subscription. So if you're interested in customizing that, how the automations work, just reach out to our team and we can help you see if your subscription level allows for that, and if not, we can talk about upgrading if you'd like. The next thing that you're going to want to look at is your email subject line. You can edit this in any way you want, and we recommend editing your subject lines to be fun. Make them something that someone is going to want to click on. I would, as a pro tip, advise against using too many emojis in an email subject line. I have seen that they are more likely to be sent to spam or promotions folders if there's a string of emojis. One emoji is fine. It adds some brightness and some personality, but I would be a little bit cautious about using multiple emojis in the subject line. The next thing you're going to want to do is look at the content of the template. Each automation is going to have a template attached to it, and the template is the content that's actually being sent. The automation is the trigger, the template is the content. So when you edit a template, make sure it looks exactly how you want that to look. before you toggle the automation on. You can preview what your content looks like here, or if you want to go straight into editing, you can go here to Edit Template, and it's going to pull up the template editor. The template editor has a lot of different components to it. There is a help article all about the template editor blocks, what they all mean and what they all do. You can check that out for more details there. But basically, you can come in here and use these template editor blocks to upload images. You can have text, you can have GIFs, even videos if they are in certain formats. We have timers for that sense of urgency. There's a lot of different things you can do here. So please check out the support article on the template editor blocks to see all the things you can do there. Once you have the template looking perfect, you've got your content, you've got your call to action button here, everything looks great, then you're going to make sure to save your template. If you don't click Save Template, the changes will not save. So save your template, and then you can go back to your automation and get right back into it, preview it, make sure it looks great, and then we'll move on. The next thing you're going to want to do, if you click here for preview automation, that's going to give you an idea of exactly what it's going to look like in someone's inbox. After that, you're going to have an option to add packages or contracts to the automation. One thing to keep in mind is if you add packages or contracts to an automation, this automation will only send to people who have that active on their profile at any given time. So if there are automations such as leads automations or milestone automations that you want to send no matter what, even if they don't have a package, then make sure these are left blank. Otherwise, you can go through, you can add, you can take away, you can really customize this in whatever way you'd like. Just be mindful of when you add packages or contracts that it is only going to target those clients. The next thing you can do is send a test email. If you really want to see exactly how this is going to look, you click here, send a test email, you put your email address in there, and then click send. It's that easy. Once you have finished that, you can click save, and all of your changes are going to be saved. Be sure you hit save, or instead of just Xing out, otherwise your changes will not save. So click save, and then you're done. The next item, once you have looked at all of your content, and this is a lot of work on the front end, but once you get all of these exactly as you'd like them to be, you can take more of a set it and forget it sort of mindset. Once you have all the content looking good, you can toggle them on or off by clicking on it, and there's a little toggle right there. If it's green, it's on. If it's gray, then it's off. You can change this at any time. You don't need to save that. It saves immediately. So from a bird's eye view, if you're looking at a section, all of these are gray, and that means the automations are off. If you turn one on, then you'll see it becomes green. That's how you can kind of quickly see which ones are on or off.